What happened to Miss Angel Reese? She's all in Indiana during All-Star, and her Reebok campaign come to your trap.
We have commentators laughing at this.
Washington has done that incredibly well so far. Reese missed the first one, still with it locked.
They realized that they were laughing and then quickly stopped themselves like, oh, I can't laugh. I'm live right now. I can't laugh. I'm live right now. Let me,
What might be one of the most embarrassing endorsement blunders in history is being witnessed by the basketball community. Shaquille O'Neal is in charge of Reebok. They genuinely believe that Angel Reese might spearhead their basketball revival. Here's the problem though. So far, it's been a complete mess. A business school may use this type of catastrophe as an example of exactly what not to do. Caitlin Clark, meanwhile, is smashing attendance and viewership records. Additionally, Sophie Cunningham is garnering followers by simply being herself. But for all the wrong reasons, Angel Reese is in the news all the time. According to insiders, this might even be the worst mistake made by the sneaker industry. Since New Coke, it's not only a lousy gamble, let's face it, there is a serious crisis with endorsements. Come on.
Let's go.
Get it! Crash out incoming. 3, 2, 1.
Burn!
Hey, nice pass right there.
Jackass! Burn!
We're bumbling, we're stumbling, and we're fumbling.
Burn!
Y'all see what they've been doing over there at Cracker Barrel, man? It's a travesty! But it looks like they added one new item. It's French toast.
Butter pecan! Burn!
Angel Reese! Angel!
Statisticians simply brace themselves whenever Angel Reese takes the court, not to record incredible numbers, but to observe some significant inefficiency. The absurd thing is that Reese has accomplished something nearly remarkable in terms of how awful it is in just her second year. Her layup conversion rate is a horrifying 31.5%. Furthermore, she now holds the third highest layup total in the WNBA. Here, layups are the topic of discussion. The most straightforward shot in basketball, at a rate that would get a middle school player benched. She misses bunnies while being a 6.3 professional. By now, it seems more like a work of performance art than a sport. Currently, however, Caitlin Clark is out there pulling up from the logo, smashing records, and making every venue a sold-out event. The distinction is obvious, isn't it? Right?
Mystics just put belt to ass on Angel Reese and the Chicago Sky. Sonya Citron was out there cooking with hot grease. Stir the pot, stir the pot. Keep cooking, Sonya. That was a show. She put on a flat out show versus Angel Reese in the Chicago Sky. Boy, did they ruin.
After that, Angel Reese's homecoming was completely destroyed by that game versus the New York Liberty. In a sense, the bloopers wrote themselves. She had a line that would be laughed at for eternity. Within 12 seconds, she missed 4 consecutive putbacks, 2 of which were smacked back into her face as if she were scrambling against a concrete wall. That video became viral right away, but not in a shoe-selling sense. This type of viral content frequently appears on YouTube montages with clown music. Reese is starring in compilations called When Basketball Isn't Your Calling, while Caitlin Clark is being compared to basketball greats like LeBron James and Stephen Curry. Stadiums are being sold out by one player, while the other says she's selling me.
The Chicago Bravado once again got their ass kicked. Angel Reese was so bad last night, the announcers calling the game, they were laughing at her performance.
Her overall field goal percentage of 44.4% will now be cited by her opponents. She tries to claim it saves her, but the truth is that it doesn't, as the majority of her shots are taken from point-blank range, which is where great pros finish at 70 to 80%. What ought to be routine layups were actually transformed into slot machines by Reese's. The ball usually just doesn't go in when you lift the lever, despite your best efforts. The paint department is sometimes referred to as the money area by coaches, but Reese has managed to transform it into a casino where the house consistently wins. This is the reason why Reebok's significant investment now appears to have been a bet gone terribly wrong.
This was an epic embarrassment, bro. Remember, this is a pro basketball player. Won a national championship. Their calling card they'd like to hang over is she beat Caitlin Clark. Remember that. Watch this.
Guys, are you serious? You know, even the pundits who were meant to promote free throws like their buzzer beers are going crazy. During a recent game, the announcer openly laughed after yet another startling miss at the rim, and the laugh wasn't one of "she'll get over it" encouragement. The laugh was one of surprise. Did that really just happen? That's it when announcers who are professionals can't even maintain a straight face when discussing your play. It's finished. It's more than just a warning sign. It's like a bright billboard outside Reebok headquarters flashing that we made a mistake.
With her dominant performances in June, she earned her All-Star selection. But these aren't just a couple of bad plays. These aren't bloopers. These aren't rare moments. This is the norm. The same thing happened last week when the Chicago Bravado got their ass kicked by the Minnesota Linkers. I don't have to convince you that Angel Reese has no impact on winning. Just look at her record, look at her resume in the WNBA.
Social media, of course, is exploding with all of this. These days, there are whole accounts devoted solely to gathering Angel Reese's failures, along with slow-motion replays and even soundtracks from circuses. It has essentially developed into a distinct basketball content subgenre. Additionally, Reebok is receiving the complete opposite of what they were hoping for. Highlight reels to sell footwear, blooper reels. Product sales are not boosted by this type of information. If you understand what I mean, it just encourages executives to polish their resumes.
Inside, and Washington has done that incredibly well so far. Reese missed the first one, still with it locked.
We go through All-Star break, we come back, 9 turnovers. We sit out with a back injury, we come back, can't make a fundamentally sound layup. Maybe they rushed you back from injury. Tyler Marsh, did you rush her back from injury, Tyler Marsh? I'm looking at...
Listen, the Chicago Sky are a complete failure, but some of this may go unnoticed if Reese were at least a member of a successful team, dragging oneself along with a dismal 7-21 record. They have lost 8 games in a row. They have no chance of making the playoffs. The club was still winless despite Reese missing 5 games due to a back issue. Here is the conundrum then. They treat her badly, and without her, they're worse somehow. It's similar to attempting to live in a lifeboat with several holes in it. There is no doubt that you will sink. The only question is how quickly.
I'm no expert in math, but it looks like Angel Reese wins 1 out of every 3 games. If I remember correctly, Angel Reese has beaten a team with a winning record once this season. So you tell me how Angel Reese impacts winning.
Tyler Martin is the head coach. Public relations firms have attempted to distort this, but no tactic is effective enough to hide the truth. You aren't creating a playoff squad when your entire offense is centered around a player who just can't finish under the rim. All you're doing is creating a blooper reel, and really no marketing division in the planet could turn it into a sneaker empire. Reebok didn't only sign Angel Reese. Let's not forget, she became the focal point of their basketball comeback. It was even co-signed by Shaq himself. The entire plan was really obvious. Create anticipation, release a signature sneaker, and reach Gen Z. Here's the catch though. To pull that off, you need true on-court greatness. TikTok isn't this. This is basketball played by professionals. Additionally, people who are linked to someone who is becoming viral for airballing layups are not purchasing shoes.
It's crunch time, under a minute to go, 1-point game, y'all know what to do, give it to our 2K cover. Live 5, go save the day, here it goes, a crossover for you, it'll turn into hot diggity doo-doo. Burn! Why don't you show her highlights? You're so unfair. Fine, here you go. Rebound. Burn! Cherry picking rebounds, nobody does it better. I mean nobody. Bang! Bang. Our fans be like, grab that rebound, honey. Yes!
The way that Reebok leadership first marketed this entire situation is what makes it even worse. Todd Krinsky, their CEO, called Ree a culture changer and likened her to icons like Shaq and Allen Iverson. Let's face it, that is not just absurd, but also somewhat offensive. Iverson did more than merely change culture. While dominating the floor, he completely redefined basketball swagger, and there was no stopping Shaq. Every night is a live highlight reel. However, Angel Reese is changing. The rules of professional sports. She is pushing the culture directly into mean territory, which is the only reason it is changing. The murmurs are now growing louder and developing into genuine remorse. Was the loudest personality available because Reebok was anxious for relevance? Or did they even thoroughly assess the player? They ended up with a multi-year, multi-million-dollar me, and it appears to have been more of a panicky gamble than a clever business move. They just cannot undo their mistake. It is not a renaissance.
She had a good game, 22 points, 13 rebounds, but she shot terribly. She got bailed out so many times, throwing up brick layups, getting phantom foul calls from the refs. She did make 10 of 11 free throws, so that is good. 6 of 16 from the floor is not good at all. 0 of 1 from 3. She was a minus 11. Listen, man, Kiki Area fan got the better of her today.
The worst part is still to come. The timing of Reese's injury couldn't have been more ideal for almost everyone, with the exception of Reebok. Her absence was a gift to fans and commentators who were worn out from her weekly blooper reels. Even though injuries are never something to celebrate, she simply disappeared from the court at a time when everyone was at their most exhausted from all those incessant missed layup compilations. Angel Reese at last performed a disappearance act that made sense for once. How do you sell sneakers that are tied to someone whose signature move is well missing? Was the unfortunate question that Reebok was left to consider. Not to mention that she was conveniently sidelined for a game against Caitlin Clark's Indiana Fever due to her injury. Although it was intended to be promoted as a major rivalry, Caitlin Clark would have just been completely dominating her alleged competitor on national television. Rather, Reese simply avoided the attention. The WNBA's record book is being completely altered by one individual. The other is having trouble with simple layup exercises. Fans are aware of the distinction, and ultimately, that comparison was only sharpened by Reese's absence. Caitlin Clark is authentic. She's only the punchline, Ree.
I actually feel bad for Angel Reese at this point, and it has nothing to do with like how she's handled herself or anything. It's just simply Caitlin Clark is so much better than Angel Reese at basketball that it doesn't feel fair.
Yeah, I think Angel Reese is struggling with the fact that Caitlin Clark is better at her best thing than she is.
She's better at everything.
And
get a triple double. She's tied for the third most triple doubles in WNBA history, and she's played 50 games.
Yeah.
She's simply awful. This isn't simply a basketball failure, so let's stand back and put on our business hats for a moment. It is an excellent example of brand misalignment. Not every athlete was signed by Reebok. Actually, they wagered their entire comeback on a player whose primary contribution to basketball in recent years has been stoking blooper reels. The foundation of endorsements is the straightforward idea of aspiration. You desire to soar, which is why you purchase Jordans. You purchase LeBrons because you desire dominance. However, you purchase sneakers in order to perform clank layups. And yet, here we are. Greatness isn't what inspires Angel Reese. It's only prayer. I'm hoping that the layup will come in this time. Reebok leaned into her confident demeanor and unrepentant image in an attempt to avoid her lack of production. Indeed, those items can promote makeup or possibly earn a position on a reality show, but kids wear performance footwear to the court with the hopes of improving their performance. A shoebox that reads "guaranteed to miss like Reese" cannot have a tagline on it. It isn't a tagline. In actuality, that is legal liability.